Even the trays are like legit old school.
Yeah, we did a lot of research and we found what the original ones looked like and we had them reproduced.
The trays at Clifton's cafeteria in downtown Los Angeles are only a tiny detail in a restaurant that feels like you walked into Throwback Thursday.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a good day.
And ordered a side of nostalgia.
We have the original Jell-O that people have loved for generations.
Developer Andrew Meieran has had a crush on this quirky old place for as long as he can remember.
First time I saw it, I was absolutely astonished. I think it was one of those places where you're transported the moment you walk through the door.
Clifton's is nothing short of an institution. It opened on this very spot in 1935, billed back then as the world's largest cafeteria. In the thick of the Depression, it became famous as the cafeteria of the Golden Rule. Its morally minded proprietor, Clifford Clifton, had a policy to never turn anyone away, whether they could pay for their hot meal or not.
The idea was not to make money. The idea was that it gave back to the community.
Clifton also wanted to feed the soul. So he turned his dining room into a woodland escape from LA's downtown troubles. He built columns of redwood trees sprawling over the tables. There were rocks and shrubs bursting from the walls, even a tiny chapel.
How many people at the height was he serving?
He was serving 15,000 a day.
15,000?
15,000 a day, and 170 million for this location from the time it opened until now.
It drew more than the hungry. It drew the artsy, too. From the likes of Walt Disney to Jack Kerouac, even science fiction writer Ray Bradbury became a regular. But as LA's downtown began to decay, so did Clifford Clifton's dream. His children tried to keep meals affordable for those on nearby Skid Row, but by 2010, they were considering closing Clifton's doors for the first time in 75 years. That's when Andrew Meieran stepped in.
Did anybody tell you that you were crazy for trying to do this?
I think it's a better question, did anybody tell me I wasn't crazy for doing this?
More than $10 million later, he's now as much in the cafeteria business as he is into forestry. Or so it seems.
How did you conceive of this?
Strangely, it's one of the first things that I thought of when I actually walked in.
Giant tree in the middle of a restaurant.
Giant tree in the middle of the restaurant.
Yes, a 40-foot redwood tree. It's a fake one, but a good one, soaring 3 stories through an atrium. There are also herds of taxidermied animals, eyeing diners as they eat. There are cocktail bars tucked away on almost every floor, which Meieran has carefully curated with curiosities, some literally out of this world.
It's an actual meteorite, it's 4.7 billion years old.
But for all the changes, he left Clifton's woodland dining room much as it was.
I was 5 years old about.
84-year-old Latrice Holzman-Exler remembers it from her first visit in 1936.
My mother wore a hat. I mean, and and gloves. Oh no, gloves and a hat were very, very important.
Since it reopened early last month, Clifton's massive kitchen has cooked up enough cakes and carrot salad to feed more than 125,000 customers. And, in keeping with its tradition of social responsibility, many of those doing the cooking were themselves in need of a hearty helping of Clifton-style compassion. Barbara Jacobs is in charge of outreach.
We've decided to go out, reach out to sober living communities, at-risk youth and other groups, and offer people jobs.
Those hires amount to about 10% of Clifton's workforce. So while it may not be handing out free meals anymore, it certainly hasn't stopped trying to help.
There's something very humbling about being the person who takes that legacy and brings that to new generations and a new audience.
Clifton's signature has always been the most comforting of comfort foods, turkey and stuffing. It's served here every day. A reminder that at the cafeteria of the Golden Rule, Thanksgiving is a daily occurrence in more ways than one.